look over to William.
William's looking back at you. You see, as you do that, you see Melton. His mage hand is reaching in, and it slowly is reaching into the pouch, and you see a guard kind of turning to look towards the mage hand itself. Melton, can you re-roll your 1, please?
My 1? Oh, God, I have not had any luck tonight.
That is hilarious.
Ah, there you go. Just then, you hear kind of the loud, fiery... you said fiery, right? You were going to make it do fire? Barry?
Yes.
Yeah, so you hear a loud roar, and as that happens, all the guards look up to the top, and you see Melton's hand reaches in, grabs the 15 gold, and comes back.
Oh, hopefully I got more gold than that.
Let's see.
Well, whatever he's collected tonight.
783 gold.
Wow. Okay, so it comes back to you, and unfortunately there's only 15 gold, but there's 80 platinum. Not 80, 8 platinum. 8 platinum.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I was gonna say we're gonna
Not 80.
quit adventuring.
Yeah, no kidding. 8 platinum. I put it in the party sheet.
Let's get to that end before we cause an incident.
Yep, we move on. Yeah.
All right.
And hopefully Melton goes, I got our gold back, bastards. And I got theirs too.
Yeah, and you almost got us caught.
No, I never got us caught. I got good mage hands.
Only by the grace of Timora.
So as you continue up, you see many of the houses and buildings, especially on the lower section, seem to have horses and mules, oxen that they sell. There's blacksmiths and wheelwrights, coopers, wagon makers, and whatnot. You do see that there are definitely caravan drivers that are here. And walking through, you hear general stories about mainly talks about hill giants as well as other giants which look like rock or stone that have been seen on the trail, and many of the caravanners are saying that it's just not worth going to the east anymore, not to the north. And you hear general talk about giants and whatnot. You also hear that many of the Zentarum, they appear to be maybe Zentarum caravan drivers, also talk about a very clumsy bronze dragon that keeps stealing their caravans, and will take a wagon here, a wagon there. And there's rumors that they're developing a new sort of device to try to capture the bronze dragon. And so you kind of hear this discussion back and forth that the Zentarum has a plan for this gold dragon, or the bronze dragon.
Yeah, he
I'll,
deserves
I'll listen in close when they say that.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get
same.
more
Yeah. So
information on that.
So the one guy says, yeah, he says, we've over at the Zento Keep, they are designing this new special weapon supposedly, so we can capture that darned dragon and make him pay for stealing all of our caravans. And another one says, I haven't heard anything of it. And so they kind of keep talking about it, but there's no specifics about the weapon itself.
I'll go over and buy the one guy a drink about who hadn't heard anything about it. And I'll start talking to him like I know what it is and see if the guy corrects me. Pretend like I know what it is. It's a big net, and they're going to try and swoop it up in this big metal type net.
So they're kind of walking to the inn with you now. You see a large group of people are kind of walking, and you kind of mention that, and he's like, yeah, I heard something about a net. You're right. I don't know about the metal, though. Where did you hear all about that?
I think I heard about it in Nightstone, if I remember right. This big metal net. That guy's probably heard of it too. And I'll point to the guy who's talking about who knew they were making it.
He kind of looks to the other one. He's like, Nightstone. Yeah, I've heard we finally took that place over, crushed those people. It's pretty good. Hey, where's your snake?
Oh, I'm not Zentarm. I'm just visiting. I'm stopping at the inn. Traveler.
That's peculiar. You know about our weaponry, though. I'm going to have to talk to Zira, see why she's letting everybody know about what's going on down there. Isn't she running it out of Daggerford?
Last I know. We passed through Nightstone just before you guys came in there. That's where I heard about it.
I heard the Zentarum cleared out all the goblins out there and got the town back in working order. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I don't think they're the ones that cleaned out the goblins. I heard Lord Alliance did it, and then you guys came in afterwards.
Huh, interesting. I didn't hear that either. I heard that that it was Zentarum there, and I even heard that there was a large orc force that tried to overwhelm the castle, and they were able to repel it. That sounds like Zentarum to me.
Well, stories, they always get bigger as they go on.
I suppose that's true.
So you didn't hear it was made out of metal, the netting?
No, I didn't. I thought I had heard something about a special magical weave.
Oh, magical weave on the netting? That's probably right.
Anyways, they should have it soon. Hopefully they'll catch him when coming down from, maybe Ascor or something. Last we heard he was up by the Silvery Moon area.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of him since Nightstone, so not sure on that one.
Most of the dragons in the area kind of stick to their locations, but he seems to be everywhere.
He really likes those caravans.
Yes, he does. Wish he'd quit stealing our caravans.
So are we in the inn right now?
You are walking up to the door right now as we speak, and as you kind of walk in, you see that the inn is quite busy. It's pretty much almost all Zentarum, or what appears to be Zentarum folks in here. There's a few caravans from other places. You notice some faces that you haven't really recognized, and you also notice that there's a group of 4 purple knights that are kind of sitting at one table, kind of alone on their own, not really talking to anybody.
The Purple Knights, like that fighter class?
Yeah, they're from the area of Cormer, which is to the east. That's actually their guard.
All right. We're looking for someone though. Woman, right? Yeah. Man, dude, did we get a description of her? Alice, something like that.
Alice?
Alisker?
Shalaska.
Alistair?
Shalaska.
Shalaska, that's right, like Alaska.
I don't think so.
Only that it's a woman.
That's correct.
Alright, I scan, I turn on woman sense. What do I see?
You see lots of women. You see
Which one
Elven
looks-
women, Dragonborn,
How would I
Gnomish.
even know with the Dragonborn?
You see lots of women kind of all over the place. You see men too, and you see some that you're not sure if they're man or woman.
Those lizard people. Alright, which one looks to be the highest caliber? Noble-esque.
You see a female human kind of sitting at the bar, drinking with a bunch of other men. They all seem to be kind of sitting on every word that she says. She's dressed in very nice armor, and you notice she has a large sword on the almost like a great sword on her left hip.
Any symbolism?
She has a dragon, or a snake, just like everybody else does.
Damn snakes. Well, it'd be stupid just to approach her. There's a bartender, right?
There is.
I approach him. And I ask him about, who's that? They have a whole crowd around them.
It must be some noble person from the outside. Who are you?
Just a traveling adventurer, nothing special.
Well, grab a table, I'll bring over some food.
Grab a table.
Yeah, go sit down at the table.
Okay, I thought you meant to literally grab a table.
Nope.
Alright. Alright, guys, I got us a table. Mission accomplished.
So we drag Ruck over, sit down at the table.
I forgot about Ruck.
Oh yeah, we didn't pay his gold fee. I guess they didn't.
So Ruck is all manacled and everything, but nobody really seems to pay you any mind. Almost as if it's not uncommon to see tied up goblins in the inn, I guess.
It's a bad life for goblins in this world.
It is.
Alright guys, that woman over there, full armor, sword, I bet that's her. Fellow adventurer. The only negative is she's a snake.
Looks like they all are around here.
Isn't it supposed to be an innkeeper? I pictured somebody with a broom and an apron.
Yeah, this you don't see anybody with a broom or an apron around here. The floor is kind of covered in sort of, thrown out food and peanut shells, and looks like a Texas Roadhouse.
Well, even if it's not her, it's still someone who looks like she could be helpful. Just approaching her might be a bit of trouble. We could either go direct or wait for her or all those people to leave.
Maybe I could draw people's attention where you can talk to her.
That would work.
So I get out I said, "Who's got the haversack?"
I do, I think.
Oh, so I go to Bree. I said, I didn't need to get the little tankard out and the pipe.
I think somebody took the pipe, but you can have the tankard. I'll pull it out and give it to him.
Man, pipe thieves. Well, the pipe's in there.
Oh yeah, we never did drag these.
Yeah, we were going to do it at the end, but if you want to, you can drag now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to borrow it for right now. So I get some tobacco, and I'm smoking the pipe, sitting there, I find the table, and I got the Tinker Sobriety, and I'm like, I just look at this entire, I order like a huge pitcher of the strongest ale that they have there.
Okay.
And I'm like,
go
so I'm from Blingenstone, and I don't think any of you surfacers can outdrink me.
Give me a persuasion. While he's rolling that, Relina, what are you up to?
She's just kind of people watching. She hasn't dealt with a lot of this kind of huge social interaction, large groups and stuff, and hasn't spent a lot of time in inns and so on and so forth. So she's kind of, just kind of in her own world, just kind of watching and listening to everybody and just kind of enjoying and learning.
Gotcha. So yeah, as you do, this is actually a 3-leveled inn with an opening in the center, and you see balconies all around, and there's people drinking upstairs and then even up one more stairs. All in all, there's probably about 150 people in here. So Melton, you do that, and you see a young sort of, he's very young to you. He looks like a young human, kind of steps up and he says, "I'll take that bet."
Wow. Let's be 50 gold. You got 50 gold? Let's see it.
He looks around, flabbergasted. 50 gold? Who in here do you think has 50 gold? And as he says that out loud, the entire bar is quiet, and they all look to you.
Well, I'm just saying if you have 50 gold, how much do you have?
Hey, 50 silver.
Man, put it on the table.
He slaps down this 50 silver.
Well, and I look over at William. I go, "Is that good, or is it 1 gold would be better?"
Yeah, I do that middle wiggle with the hand. Yeah, it's pretty low for us personally, but get as many people as you can.
So 50 silver, and then I kind of like start talking it up and trying to get people's attention.
Okay.
And I start pouring ale, and I'm pouring I got my tankard, and I'm drinking out of my tankard, and I'm handing it to the other kid. And not the same tankard. He's got a mug or whatever.
Yeah. So he's kind of throwing them back, trying to keep up with you. You seem to be unfazed by any of the alcohol that you're drinking. The kid seems to be getting drunker and drunker, and eventually he's got it there, and he's kind of pushing his hand through all these sort of cups, trying to get to the cup. You see him kind of tip over on the bar stool and tip back to the other side, and he throws down a drink and kind of looks at you and smiles, and then falls over.
I go, wait a minute. I was going to let you off the hook yet. All you have to do is be William's friend for the night.
Yeah, it's too late. He is like literally passed out on the floor.
Well, I can look around and I'll go like, I started, trying to feign like I got pretty drunk too now.
Okay.
And I'm like, start trying to slur my words. I'm like, does anybody else want to try for 50 silver?
The group kind of looks, or the people at the bar kind of look around. They all kind of shake their heads no. And you don't really seem to have any other takers.
Okay, well, hopefully somebody was putting moves on whoever they need to talk to while I got everybody.
Yeah, no problem.
entranced.
I cover my mouth and yell out, "I didn't know snakes are cowards."
The bar goes silent. Relina, as you're kind of looking around and taking a look as William kind of yells it out and everybody goes silent, you see everybody looks at him except for one person. You see a well-dressed young man. He kind of has a sallow complexion, and he's sort of sitting in the corner room, in the corner of the room, right up by the uppermost floor along the balcony itself. And you kind of look around, you see everybody's looking down, so there's 140 some odd people looking all around the bottom floor as the room is completely silent. But he seems to be just sort of doing his own thing at the table, not really looking at anything.
Am I near?
Oh, sorry.
Am I near a window? Are we sitting near a window?
I think Stig tried to find a seat that his tail would go through, which there's not very many of those. So let's see. Yes, you're by a window.
Did I finally find one?
Yeah, you found one. It was by the window. It took a while.
Is that
grin
person a
happily.
human?
That person is a human.
Okay, I'll just kind of slowly make my way up, just curious as to why, with bar full of Zentarum, he seemed to not care.
Yeah, so you slowly start to make your way up the steps. There's an awkward silence, about 15 seconds. You were going to say something, Barry, near a window, you said?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything unless anybody makes a threatening move towards us. And if so, what I plan to do is just outside, focused outside the window, just make like a huge bear roar, like there's something horrible right out the window.
Okay, all right. You're going to do that if somebody makes a move?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. So you're kind of preparing for that. Melton starts putting this smoke in the pipe, and you see big bats kind of coming up in the smoke that you kind of see as in one and another. And one of the bar patrons turns around and goes, "Hey, look at that!" And they're all bar kind of goes back to the normal thing as they're all looking at the big giant bats that are coming out. You kind of start hearing stories about the Wamford bat and those poor people in Wamford. Only if they had a nice protection like this, and so there's a lot of discussion there. Barry, the room seems to be back down to more calm at this point. Stig, you see, kind of brings over a chair and slaps it down next to the table and sticks his tail through the back of it.
That was scary.
Can we get any kind of listening to the bat stories and such? Do we get any indication of why this town is more protected than the other one? I mean, all this one has is some walls, right?
Yeah, so it's interesting. You hear a lot of discussion about, the people in Wamford, if they built a wall, they'd be protected. There's discussion about, why don't they just build a wall? I mean, we build a wall and we're all okay, but they don't, and they're being eaten. It doesn't make any sense. And then there's discussion, too, that somebody says, oh, well, the Wamford bat is probably not a bat at all, but it's probably more like a lurker. And then somebody's like, well, what's a lurker? And there's a discussion about these tall, thin men that are about 15 feet high that reach in through the chimneys and grab people out, but they can't go through walls. And you just hear all these weird stories. Somebody also talks about a creature, the Wamford bat, is probably this large brain and these tentacles that hang down and can control people's minds. And then another one's like, maybe it's a vampire that's out there because, all bats are vampires. Vampires turn into bats, and just these random stories that are kind of all over the place.
Okay.
As you get up to the top, you see this, Relina, that man that you were looking at is like I said, a well-dressed, young-looking man. He has a very sallow complexion. He's very dressed in very prominent clothes, and appears to be some sort of a nobleman. Seems very out of place in this inn.
Is he sitting alone?
He is. There's nobody else with him.
Sorry, my headset keeps disconnecting.
Oh, no worries.
Is he sitting alone?
He is sitting alone. Yep. There's nobody else with him, and there's no sort of guards or anything. He's just there by himself.
Okay, I'll just grab a chair at his table. Is it like a 2 or a 4-person
Yeah,
table?
it's a 2-person table. Yep.
Okay, I'll just sit in the other chair across from him and go, oh, I finally found a seat. This place is so crowded.
He kind of looks to you and he says, it's always this crowded. You must be new.
I am. I'm new to this area. I've not really ever been in a town like this before.
Kind of gives a sort of a big, kind of a wry smile. The corner of his lip goes up and his eyes get big, and he kind of puts his arms out. He says, welcome to the Old Bargewright, the best inn in the world.
Why, thank you. What makes it the best?
Oh, there's so many people that come in here.
Yes, indeed. They all seem to be some sort of group or clan.
There's something, that's for sure. Probably more to others than what meets the eyes.
My name's Relenia. What's yours?
Oh, nice to meet you, Relenia. It's a pleasure. My name is Nalisker. No, I'm kidding. My name is Eric. Eric Stillmarsh. It's a pleasure.
Out of character. Didn't the guard at the front tell us to look for Nalisker?
Nalisker's the innkeeper.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he joked about being...
He did. I couldn't be an innkeep here. There's too many rebel rousers.
I just cut out again. What was his real name?
Eric Stillmarsh.
And do you live here in this town?
You could say I do.
Have you seen... everybody's talking about this bat. Have you ever seen it?
The bat? You'll see it. Don't worry.
Oh. Gotta do like a insight or something to see
Yeah.
what's up with this guy.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, just talking to you is giving me the creeps. Oh, boy.
And you are more than 30 feet away.
Yep.
He is very creepy. He almost seems to get joy out of it.
What is it you do? Do you work here at the inn?
I'm sorry?
What is it you do? Do you work here at the inn?
Oh, no. I just come here and enjoy my drink for the night, of course.
You look very important.
No more important than anybody else here. Cheers. Oh, would you like some of my drink?
Oh, that's okay. I don't really drink.
Oh. Each to their own. And he kind of takes a drink, kind of sits back, kind of crosses his legs and just kind of surveys kind of the room and looks around. Busy night tonight. I don't think everybody's going to make it home. Do you?
No, probably a lot of people will stay here.
Some will. Some won't.
Well, gotta go.
Where are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no problem. As I say, he says, "Where are you staying tonight?"
I think we're staying here at the inn.
Interesting. Do you think you'll have room 214?
I have no idea. I've never been here before. I don't think we've asked for a room yet.
I recommend 187. It's a beautiful room.
Oh, okay.
So tell me, what brings you to Barge Right Inn?
Well, we had heard rumors that it's a very nice place to stay in this area. So we were traveling by, and we had rescued some halflings, and they had guided us to this inn. We're passing through to the north.
Halflings, my favorite. Tell me about them. Were they little?
Yes, quite little.
Kids?
There were some kids.
Tall kids?
Um,
Please tell me they have blonde hair.
I think maybe one or two of them did.
And where are these halflings? Were they pretty close? I haven't seen any in a long time. Oh, there's one down there. Look at that. Huh. With the lizard folk. She's a cutie.
Oh, that is my friend. That's my traveling companion.
Oh, that's your friend. What's her name?
Her name's Barry.
Ah, Barry. That's a great name. Please, you should introduce us. If you'd like, go down and you can have her come up. I'll grab a chair.
Oh, okay. So I'll just kind of get up. I don't know what direction to go with this.
He kind of just takes his fingers and rubs along the bottom of his lip as he kind of has this big smile as he's looking down at the table.
So I'll make my way through the crowd back down to
All right.
to Barry.
Okay. Melton and the rest of you guys, what are you all doing?
Well, I was having drinking games trying to, get everybody's attention off of what the rest of the party's doing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, they, the drinking games and the large bat and whatnot is kind of a big fan favorite. And then you hear some of the people are now asking for you to make like snakes with wings and seeing if you can make the bat fight the snake and kind of ask you to do all kinds of weird things.
Okay, I'm trying my best to do all those weird things.
Alrighty, gotcha.
I'm waiting for that woman to be alone.
Oh, the woman at the bar?
Yeah, the armored one.
Okay, gotcha. So, she's been sitting there, kind of watching what's going on, and she sort of pushes back from the bar itself, and you see a couple of the guys next to her immediately stand up as well. They kind of flank her, sort of just behind her, almost as if a protection type of thing. And she starts to walk over towards a table where you see several other Zentarum with their snakes on their shoulders, and she kind of sits down next to them, and they seem to be having sort of a meeting. The two people that stood with her are kind of standing at the table looking out at the rest of the inn itself.
Having a meeting, huh?
That's what it looks like.
Maybe I'm gonna just casually get up to stretch my legs.
Alrighty.
You know, beer in hand, just, and slowly just walk around their table, looking at people,
Alrighty.
but listening in.
Okay. Perception check for me. How about for Barry and Stig? What are you guys doing at the table?
I'm just happy that I found a chair with a hole in the back for my tail. So I'm having a good old time, and I'm starting to put booze down Rook or Goblin. I've removed his little gag, and I'm pouring some beer down him.
Alrighty. He's drinking it up quite well, and you can hear he's got a little bit more of a kind of a lisp now. He's like, "This is great beer. Loves it. Me likes you better than the giants."
And then I'll just continue joking with him and stuff, and we'll be laughing about the bat coming out of the pipe and everything like that.
He's like, "Look at that bat!" Ha ha! And just kind of having a grand old time. How about you, Barry?
I'm just keeping an eye on Melton, and now that William has got up to go over, and just keeping an eye on, if anybody's watching them, and, so that I can cause a distraction if anybody.
Gotcha. Causing any
Makes a
ruckus or
move on
anything? Gotcha. So you see Williams kind of wandering around the bar itself, and just kind of taking in the sights and whatnot. You can see he's listening. You know him pretty well. Melton's doing a pretty good job of keeping most of the bar people entertained. Matter of fact, now you can barely see just Melton's head. There's a large crowd that's kind of around him. They're 3-4 deep now, kind of all surrounding him as he's blowing up these things. Relina, you're able to come down the stairs, and you see exactly what I described. Melton is now entertaining probably about 40 or 50 people, and you see William weirdly just kind of walking around the room. He has a drink in his hand. Looks almost as if he's kind of looking for somebody, but yet trying to be pretty nonchalant. Stig and Ruck are passing down the beers, laughing and everything. And Barry, you notice, is quite looks nonchalant, but you see she's very focused, and she keeps looking around the room, especially at William and Melton.
All right. I'll walk up to Barry and just kind of, hey, Barry, I met this.
You cut out it, gentlemen, just so you know.
God, I don't know why I keep dropping out. Anyway,
Is it
I met this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I met this guy upstairs, and he'd like to meet you.
Meet me? Why?
I don't know. He's kind of weird. He's like really well dressed, and when Melton or someone yelled out about the Zentarum or not good drinkers or whatever, he was like the only person in the bar who didn't really care or didn't seem to pay attention to it. So I just kind of went up there and kind of started talking with him, and he's really kind of creepy. He's got some kind of, I don't know, fetish or something with halflings and stuff, and he wanted to meet you.
You just told me he's got a fetish for halflings, and you're trying to get me to go up there?
Well, no, I don't know what to do.
I don't know. He seems, I'll go up there with you. Stig, are you going to be okay here with Ruck?
Oh yeah, we're having a good old time. I'm actually starting to enjoy this little guy a little bit.
I like you too, Scaly.
Yeah, soft skin.